Is that right?
Maybe my out here.
He's on Twitter. I was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this special call board meeting, call it to order. First item is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve? So moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second item is approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Board members, item 4 in the personnel, I recommend the personnel items to be approved as submitted.
You've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 5 under business, item A, I recommend the board approve Sean Robert Calhoun as a teacher and head football coach at Vestavia Hills High School effective January 19th, 2021.
For the superintendent's recommendations, we have a motion to approve. So moved. Second,
Second.
discussion.
Well, where do you start when you have the retirement of the winningest high school football coach in Alabama, a man who is a giant among men, for so many different reasons? That's a good question, one that I pondered a great deal this summer when Coach Henderson submitted his retirement to us. And what I know to be true is that I find Solomon's words and advice very timely in matters like this, and it's that you surround yourself with a council of advisors that can aptly help you through the process. And I had just that. I had a great group that surrounded and worked alongside me with the process. It started in earnest in the fall. Tony Roselle, principal at the high school, Jeff Seegers, athletic director, and Patrick Martin, assistant superintendent. We began conversations in the fall, developing strategy and what we would do as we headed toward a very important decision and recommendation to bring to you. And I would tell you throughout those conversations, really 2 priorities emerged in the conversation. One was that we find a man that has the integrity and character that has been set as an example by our previous coach, Coach Anderson, and that we have a man number 2 that has a program vision that can build on the past successes of Vestavia Hills High School football. And so with that in mind, we took on the task. We began advertisement in early December for the head coaching position. And after that process ran its course, we interviewed 8 candidates for the position, and they ranged, there were coaches from Alabama, from Georgia, and from Tennessee that were part of the process. And it was a wonderful process that gave us great results, but I would tell you that there was an extensive vetting process that we do, like we do for hiring in general, to make sure that the 8 that we interviewed could fit those categories, those priorities for us. So we had a really good group to choose from and difficult decisions to make throughout the process. But one applicant clearly emerged as our candidate, and Coach Calhoun emerged to us. And certainly his character and integrity, I believe, to be impeccable. We've turned over every stone we can to learn about Coach Calhoun, and certainly his character, his integrity is impeccable. He said to us in the interview, there are 3 priorities he has, which is faith, family, and football, in that order. And I found him and have found him to be a dedicated man with his, he has strong convictions with his faith. He is a dedicated family person. He's got a wonderful wife, Kelly, who is, and they have 3 children, Cade and Cambry and Cora, younger ages. And so they're a beautiful family that you can tell is the sort of the light in his eyes when you talk to him. And the last thing is football. And in that priority, he is has distinguished himself professionally, I think, to be prepared for a position such as this. And just briefly, you've seen his resume, but Coach Calhoun is a 2-time national champion at the college level, one as a player, one as a coach at Valdosta State. He served as an assistant in several capacities at schools in Georgia. One of those schools at Collins High School, which played this year in the state championship in Georgia. When he served as the assistant as a quarterback coach at Collins High School, he coached Taylor Henneke, who played Saturday for the Washington football team. And he subsequently spent 2 years at Colquitt County High School, where they won back-to-back state championships, and one of those was a national championship. And he served as the offensive coordinator and established several records for the school during that time. He was asked to become the head coach at Carrollton High School, a wonderful school system in Georgia that is a perennial power in football and does a great job in their academic works as well. He became that coach in 2016, and he's been there 5 years. During that time, he has been a 3-time, the team has won the region championship 3 times. One of those was during a time that they moved up in classification. He has been named, even as early as this morning, for 2 years in a row, he's been named the Region Coach of the Year in their respective region. And they have been the quarterfinalists all 5 years he's been there. One of the things that he distinguished himself as, I think, is the ability to help student athletes who wish to move forward in their careers. And since his inception as head coach at Carrollton, he has sent over 40 players by way of college scholarships to play after graduation. Signed 5 of them back in December, with more to come, I think, at Carrollton. So from a football perspective, he is the equal to his convictions as a man of faith and his priorities with his family. So I believe that we arrived at that. I'm confident that we did, to bring you what we thought were the priorities. We believe we've met that, and we have a man who wants to be a part of this community. And I'm proud to bring the recommendation to you.
Questions, comments?
Excited.
All in favor?
Yeah. Aye.
Aye.
All right.
You did tell them that it's a 40-year position.
Well said, thank you.
Okay, if there's no other business, we have a motion to adjourn. So moved. Second.
Second.
Second. Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.